All right, fellas, there is a version of you that exists below 12% body fat that does not think or operate the same way you do right now. He walks into rooms with full confidence. It doesn't matter who's in it, the CEO of the company he works at. It doesn't matter if it's the girl he's had a crush on for a decade or the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. It could be Angelina Jolie. He walks in there and he has no fear of failing. He knows that he has the potential or the capability to succeed in whatever the endeavor is. It doesn't matter if it's working himself up in that career, doesn't matter if it's getting the girl, or just learning a new skill. He believes he is capable of doing it. And this is what real power is all about. Being able to do things in the real world that are going to impact your life. And getting below 12% body fat unlocks this for so many guys. And it has nothing to do with the physique, with the abs, being more attractive. It's all about having self-respect, because this makes you walk with a completely different aura, because you are no longer seeking external validation and you are getting positive validation every single time you see yourself. You see yourself and you cannot believe the transformation you have made. And I see this all the time with guys. They're 20, 30% body fat. They spend 6 months, a year getting in shape. And now every single time they see themselves, they cannot even imagine being the version of themselves they were before. Lazy, unmotivated, saying they're going to the gym and trying, but not actually accomplishing or getting any results. But now when they see themselves at 10, 12% body fat, they're amazed. They're amazed at what they were able to actually do in reality, what they were able to change. The version of themselves that they saw for 25, 30 years no longer exists, and they know they will never go back to that. And every single person that meets you is going to feel this presence and aura, because it is going to radiate off you without you even saying a word. Women are going to be more attracted to you. They're going to look up to you as a man in control, and they are going to want to chase you. You are no longer going to be in a relationship with a woman where you feel like you have to get her. You have to chase after her. You have to hold on to her. You are now the man in control, and she looks up to you as the leader. People are going to want to be your friend because you respect yourself. Your bosses at work are going to recognize that and start putting you in positions and giving you promotions. And that sounds ridiculous. It sounds too good to be true. It sounds like I'm trying to sell you on a dream. But that is literally what happens. And these are all from personal experiences and people I've worked with, seeing how their life changes after they get to this body fat percentage. And something really shifts in your identity. And it is, again, nothing to do with the vanity. It's all psychological. Because so many people right now are distracted and not living a life they want. They're not in a body they want, and their mind is constantly attacking them. They're filled with self-doubt on a daily basis. So you walk in a room and you truly believe in yourself. That's what aura is. Aura doesn't really have that much to do with how you look. It's how you view yourself internally. And everyone can feel it. People notice if you walk in a room and you feel conscious. People can feel that energy. And same goes if you walk in a room with full confidence and you have proof, which is your physique, people will feel that. And it'll make them feel better. If you walk in a room and you're feeling all nervous and anxious, people are going to be like, what is this guy, got a bomb strapped to him? What's wrong with him? If you want to get below 12% body fat and have this type of self-respect and confidence when you walk in a room, follow me on Instagram @Brasai and DM me the word diet for a full diet framework. So not only you can get lean without starving yourself, but you're actually able to maintain it for the rest of your life. But what it takes to get lean, the things you have to do the first time around, the diet, the training, how productive you need to be with your day and how planned out you need to be, because in reality, it does take planning, it takes effort, it takes precision, will give you so much mental clarity that you didn't realize was possible. Right now, you're probably going through your day. You have 10 different things on your mind. You're worried about X, Y, and Z. Maybe you're worried about the future and it hasn't even happened yet. But once you get to this body fat percentage, you strip away all the bullshit in your life. You get rid of people that aren't aligned, because that is a big part of getting in shape. Your environment and your social circle changes drastically, because you are no longer going to fit in with the people that drink and party on the weekends, or the people that hold themselves to a low standards and don't really care how their body looks because they tell themselves, oh, she'll love me for who I am. You start only wanting to be around people that hold themselves to extremely high standard and are always focusing on progressing, because you realize that progressing is the most addictive thing, whether it's with your body, your business, because as soon as you achieve a goal, you want more. And not even in a greedy way. You realize, as cliche as it sounds, the journey is the most exciting part, and you look back on those times fondly. And when I look back at when I used to train when I was 17, 18, working in a gym, it would look like a dungeon. There was rats running around, a proper old school bodybuilding gym. Those were my fondest times. But even in those times, I used to look so far in the future. Oh, I can't wait till I get 185 pounds lean at 10% body fat. But in reality, the best times were when I was putting in full effort, only focused on making as much progress as I could. Those are the times you look back on fondly. But once the validation starts coming from your internal pursuit of progress and becoming the best version of yourself, leveling up, chasing this max character version of yourself, external validation no longer matters. So you don't care what people think of you. You don't care if the girl likes you or not. You don't feel like you have to chase her. And the best part about this is when you view yourself like this, girls want to date you. Girls want to be with you long term. They don't want to just sleep with you. People want to be your friend. People want to be around you because that makes you have a magnetic energy about you. And this type of magnetic energy is rare these days. I've spoke about this in other videos, but having this type of magnetism really makes you stand out in the modern world because you guys know standards have never been lower for men. It's never been easier to win. And getting in shape will literally get you ahead of 99% of dudes. And then once you get in shape and you start getting that internal motivation, you're no longer worried about the external validation and you start pursuing things that you want to do, building it for you, not to impress anyone else, not to wear a Rolex, whatever it may be. You start taking that trait, that mental framework, and applying it to other things. And you start going, you know what? I am going to start that business. I am going to live the life I want. I am going to move to that part of the country because I want to do it and I know I'm capable of it. But it all starts with getting your body in shape because your mind follows right after. And it just becomes a snowball effect. And the truth is, this honestly starts feeling like a cheat code at some point, especially, it doesn't really matter if you have a public-facing business where you are the face of the brand or you are a CEO or you're trying to work your way up in your career. People will start to notice you because of this energy you have about yourself, because of the self-respect. And you will notice you'll start getting fast-tracked, especially in your career. If you work in corporate, and you're used to going to events or working in an office and you start getting in shape and changing your physique, people at first, they're going to be asking you why you're doing that or why you're bringing meals to work, whatever it may be, why you're not drinking at the company events. But after a while, once they start seeing the progress take place, they're going to start asking you how you did it. And they're not only going to ask you, they're going to start doing it themselves. So you're going to have a positive impact on everyone. I've seen this time and time again. I get a client in shape over 4 to 6 months. Next thing you know, at first their family's like, why are you doing this with your meals? And then they start doing the same thing as soon as they see the results take place. But the exact same thing goes for in the workplace. If you want to level up in your career, one of the easiest things you can do is get in shape. If you get in shape, you will speak with more conviction, you will be more confident, and people will notice you. You will no longer be invisible in social settings. You will automatically stick out like a sore thumb. Most people are completely out of shape with terrible habits, and that reflects in the way they look. Imagine not having to say a word, and people already respect you. You don't have to list off your accomplishments, because that's not going to make anyone respect you really anyway. People can always doubt that, but everyone knows what it takes to get in shape, and everyone wants it. Every single person you speak to on a daily basis wants a good body. Not everyone is willing to do what it takes, but everyone desires it. Everyone wants to be healthy, live a longer life. And once you start realizing the power you have once you get in shape and the way you view yourself and how it impacts your daily life, you will never ever want to become that old version of yourself, and you will not let it happen. And mediocrity or being comfortable will start to taste like a poison, and you will try to avoid it at all costs. And the truth is, once you experience this power and control you have over yourself, you will no longer see yourself the same again. And you will definitely never ever go back to the version of yourself you used to be. And any type of mediocrity or comfort will start to feel like poison. And you will avoid it whatever way you can. And this will force you to level up in every single aspect of your life. And now that you have this leverage from being in shape, being more confident, having self-belief, getting positive validation literally every single time you see yourself in a reflection of a car window, it becomes 100 times easier to make progress in your life. And it's never even about the abs. The abs don't even matter that much. Yeah, we're still going to get them. and they still make your physique look 10 times better. But it's about the mental shift you have and your view on what's possible in the world. And you start realizing how controlled everyone is by dopamine, urges, desires, cravings. But once you cut all that shit out, which you need to do to get to 12%, you start having real clarity and you start seeing the world for what it truly is. And you start realizing how much of an impact you can actually have on a daily basis. And how fast you can change your life. In 6 months, you can look, feel, and have a completely different environment, all because you got in shape. And that's literally all it takes. Every single man should see himself below 12% one time in his life. Because the truth is, once you hit it that one time, you're never going to go back. Yeah, you may go up to 13, 14%. You're going to know what it feels like to be 10, 12%, and you're going to go right back down there. And this isn't for validation. It isn't to be red pill and get tons of girls. It's to see what you're truly capable of. And finally be able to think with clarity on a daily basis and get shit done. Set yourself a task and truly accomplish it and see the results in reality. And it'll completely change the way you view the world and the way you view yourself, most importantly.